Mac Jones, you mentioned it, is going to start, and the line got wider. The Patriots became bigger underdogs. So is that the right call?
You mean
the
Jets? The Jets became bigger underdogs.
Sorry, the Jets. Yes, sorry, the Jets. Is that the right call, Key? Do you think?
Yeah, no, it's the right call for him to start, right? But it's the right call because Bill Belichick says it's the right call. But Bill Belichick is giving him the start in this game. Doesn't mean he's going to finish the game. Okay, we saw that a week ago against the Chicago Bears. So let's see how it goes before we get all tickle-toed, okay?
Tickle-toed, I like it, yeah.
Let's just see how it goes. Mac Jones hasn't played well this season, and Belichick is trying to get to the playoffs and be a part of the playoffs this year. And he drafted Mac Jones in the first round a year ago. And Mac Jones, I'm not one of those guys that you're going to package him up and sell him to me. I'm just not like that.
I am.
What do you mean package him up, Key? Because Bill Belichick wrapped him up in the great gift wrapping, and the president came out.
What I mean by packaging him up,
Twinkle
Jay?
toes. Yeah.
No, I was about to say Max, but Jay.
You just
Tickle toes.
name call.
Is that
Key? That's what you just did?
Well, he's tickle toes is what he said.
Tickle toes or twinkle toes?
I think he said tickle toed. But anyway.
This dude. Go ahead, man.
Max.
Lay out.
He's struggling with his voice right now.
What I mean, Jay, is when you package somebody up, you're trying to make it look better than what it is. And I understand. A lot of analysts like Mac Jones. Nice guy. He's,
nice
first
guy.
one in, last one out of the building. Played for Nick Saban. Won a national title. Was a first-round pick. The way that I look at quarterbacks, and I've played with many, and I've assessed them, and I think I'm pretty good at assessing QBs. He did a good job for Bill Belichick a year ago because he did all the right things that they asked him to do. But I'm not going to sit up here and act like he's the second coming of something just overly special because he went in the first round and he was a Pro Bowl player in a time when a Pro Bowl really doesn't mean anything. That defense and that running game last year was phenomenal, and he was a part of that, and he did all the right things. But I also watched him this year not do all the right things, and I also watched them give him a quick hook against Chicago. Now, you could say, well, he was hurt. You could say a million different things. I know what I saw, and it didn't look good. And when I look at quarterbacks, I look at guys like Geno Smith that people said couldn't play anymore, but he got an opportunity to go to Seattle and turn things around for himself. I don't know what Mac Jones is. I like Dr. Z for what he did in 2 weeks of football. I like his style. Mac Jones didn't do that this year. So it's a wait-and-see approach for me. You're not gonna, nobody's gonna make me believe that he's something special.
Yeah, that's key. Fine. Nobody, that's fine. Key. Nobody needs to make you believe anything. I mean, you're gonna believe what you want to believe. But like there is something to be said about, yes, Bill Belichick provided the vehicle, right? Just because you put a driver in a dope car doesn't mean that the driver knows how to drive the car, though. At the end of the day, Mac Jones still figured out how to drive the dope car at a pretty great pace, right? Like the numbers spoke for itself about what he was able to. You rattled them
off the other day. They were very impressive.
Top 10 in a lot of statistical categories. And I understand that you're probably going to give more credit to Bill Belichick than Mac Jones for that. Understood. But just because a guy is going through a little bit of a sophomore slump, considering all the changes, and Key, you have made mention so many times about, the guy that gets the most credit or gets the most noise behind him in the locker room is the backup quarterback. And I get that Bailey Zappe may look different, versus two of the teams that had, poor defensive, stats behind them. But it doesn't just mean that you just give the job fully to Bailey Zappe.
Key, do you think that sometimes you will do, it's like human nature, right? You will identify yeast, what you call yeast. A guy's getting pumped up. There's extra on it, right? So you correctly identify that, and I believe you have with Mac Jones. will that sometimes cause you to underrate that player? In other words, you're focused on the extra credit that he's getting and then kind of overlooking the credit that he actually does deserve underneath it. Could that be going on? Because Mac Jones, for a rookie, did pretty good.
And I said he did what he was supposed to do. But when you start telling me he threw for 3,800 yards, how many balls did he throw beyond 20 yards? How many of them? How many balls did he throw beyond 20 yards?
They kept it nice and easy like they were supposed to.
Wait a second, but at the end of the day, he can't force the head coach and do things out of pocket. That's Bill Belichick. It's the same.
But Jay,
I hear you. But wait, hold on. Let me finish. It's the same algorithm that Bill Belichick used with Tom Brady.
No, but Jay. What Key is identifying, and now they're saying take the next step.
But you just changed my entire staff. You just changed everything.
What about that,
So
Key?
that's my thing. If you're telling me, hey, here's the same playbook that Michael Jordan had, okay, I'm following that playbook. Great. But now you changed out my entire staff, and now all of a sudden it's like, well, we're not sure you can get it done. Well, damn,
I agree.
give me a
It's
second.
hard to evaluate Mac Jones at this moment because of what Jay just said, Key. Like, when it was time to take the next step, they changed all the stuff around him, right? It's not Josh McDaniels, Joe Judge, and all that.
Only thing they changed was the coaches. They didn't change the playbook.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.